Yeah.
We need a motion, I would like to make sure this letter gets where it needs to go in time.
The old letter or a new letter?
I think it should have,
I think we should
start with the base of the old and then
Right, revise
it with the new
Yeah.
information, which Mike has a couple yellow sheets of right there.
Hopefully, we'll have to
Did
vote
you
on
have
it when
that?
we have the letter. No, that wasn't in our package.
Oh, that's because I went to that meeting and brought this back from the
But
meeting.
you
I
didn't
wondered.
photocopy it for us.
No, I didn't. That's not my
It's in the
job.
packet.
Oh, it's not in your packet?
It may be.
It's not
Okay.
yellow.
Yeah, but I don't think it had their sticky note to
My
it.
glove
They
note?
did-
Glove? Yeah.
Oh, that's yours?
Yeah.
Maybe Mike would like
That's
to
in my package.
pick 3 key points that need to be addressed in that.
And he could put it in hieroglyphics as opposed to computers and technology.
I don't, regardless of what you've heard, I don't know Egyptian.
Yeah, once again, that was, I didn't have that idea.
Okay,
Uh-oh, we offended somebody.
Yep.
onward and upward.
Well, well, nothing.
Okay.
So we're not finishing this motion?
I don't think we can,
I-
we have nothing
we
to look
can't.
at. But that's my
We
opinion.
need-
But you're making a motion for him to get the letter going.
I'm against that motion.
I'll second the motion that we would get Mike to make that letter and bring it back to the board for next meeting.
I have to think about
Well,
How about if we just find the old letter
Find the old one,
first
take a peek.
and go from
I like
there?
Mike doing work, but
Well,
that. Doing now.
okay.
Next item is to announce the departure of Dwayne Young. Dwayne has put his notice in. He's going to be accepting a job in Weston. He's going to be accepting a job, I believe, administrative assistant. He's going to be training up there Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I believe he starts in April and May. And he's expecting to go full-time in June. In the meantime, he's announced his resignation as the health officer, and he's resigning from the planning board. Both these resignations are effective March 28, 2013.
copy of his resignation?
Yes, that should
It
be in
is.
your
I see
packet
that.
too.
No, it wasn't.
Probably isn't.
Well, it's in mine, but anyway, there it is.
I didn't get anything in my packet,
I'll
apparently.
get one for you. I'll get one of them.
Come up here to read and get all up to date, I'm behind.
That's because you were more interested in the pizza.
No, I was here in time reading my packet.
Oh, that's why you were here too early. No, anyway, we would like
Let
to
it go.
express our thanks to Dwayne. He's been extremely helpful. We certainly wish him well.
Right.
Yeah.
And
I make a
we
motion.
appreciate that he'll stay on for a while.
Yep.
On his back
I mean, Dwayne is kind of, part of me is sad to see him go. He's been a great asset in the office. He's served on multiple committees. And then, you know, part of me is,
Volunteers for the town,
Mhm.
firefighter, works for the ambulance.
Boy Scouts.
Yeah,
you know, part of me is also happy that, you know, he gets an opportunity.
yeah, right, yeah, that's it,
Something that he's put in for, something that he's interested in doing.
right,
So, I mean, you know, part of me is happy for that.
yeah, yeah, most certainly, yeah.
Make a motion to accept his resignation as planning board and local health officer, effective March 28th, with regret.
Second it.
All in favor?
I also like to make a motion that we get a letter of gratitude for all his hard work. And get that,
Appreciation.
have that for the board to sign at our next meeting. Second.
I'll second that motion.
All in favor?
Next item is to announce the passing of longtime Lubec claim warden Howie Jones. I believe he passed away over the weekend. I do have a letter. I'd like to have the board review it and sign it and send it to his family.
Did a lot of things for the community.
Yep.
Former selectman, claim
He'll
warden.
be missed by a lot of people. We used to have Willy Wonka, maybe kid.
Really want to call it. Yep, yep.
And there's always one around.
Oh, yeah, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yep. English, English. On the happy-go-lucky Joneses.
Oh, I was actually a selectman
Yes.
at one point here too.
Business owner.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Right now.
yeah, he covered the, I don't think he just finished the basics.
There was a thing on, I think it was online, talking about when he had the store and someone needed nipples for a baby's bottle. And he opened his store at 1:30 in the morning to get them for him.
Wow.
The baby was gonna be hungry, so down he went. They lived upstairs, I guess.
Yeah, they did, yep,
Down he went, opened the store.
yep.
That
I'm sorry, I
does-
didn't catch who you're referring to.
Howie Jones.
Howie Jones.
The lady in question is now a grown woman.
Next item is to, sign the sewer commitment.
I make the motion to sign the sewer commitment.
Second it.
All in favor of signing the sewer commitment? Okay.
For a number of years here, the town of Lubec's relied on, Lester Sealy to do our animal control work. And as Lester, performed those duties, he had, some of the assets of the sheriff's department as far as being able to have a place where he could take an animal, that he picked up until it could be reunited with the owner. Due to health reasons, Lester is no longer able to, perform those duties, so the, Board of Selectmen has hired, Kevin Nelson, to fulfill those, duties. One of the things that Kevin requested would be to have a place, that he could take an animal that he picked up in Lubec. And we discussed it, and, you know, we're both in agreement that if this place, if this kennel was, close enough, you know, reuniting an animal with an owner would be easy.
Actually, it's a state mandate that we have that service, not, even though he requested, we either have to provide one ourselves or have a contract.
Justin, sent me an email about a Carter kennels in, is it Marshfield?
Mm-hmm.
Just over the line, and I contacted Mr. Carter. He is willing, to do this for the town of Lubec. One of the things that he stated though is, if he has a boarding kennel, and if an animal comes in, he's reluctant to put it in with the rest of the animals because it could have fleas, it could have a number of issues where it's not going to be able to be with the general population.
Sure.
But he is willing to set aside space for an animal. We talked, initially he talked about a yearly fee of about $1,000 because he would have to commit to this space. This animal could be brought in at any time. One of the things that we talked about would be for the rest of the fiscal year, until June 30th, maybe a fee of about $350, and then see how many animals that he would be taking in, and then use that number to gauge the fee going forward. And he said if it's agreeable with the board, he thought it was agreeable with him.
Make a motion, we're gonna enter into agreement with the Carter Kennels to take our animals.
Second it.
Discussion.
Okay, back up, it's got.
I'm
No, you
reading
have to have a
this.
second before you go.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Okay.
Okay,
I
discussion.
thought it'd be.
Is this your bag?
Yeah.
Justin,
I'm sorry, Justin, I didn't make your packet up.
Justin, you must have missed half your packet.
All kinds of stuff,
Yeah.
but none of
You
the
didn't,
stuff.
it wasn't
that
under
else-
that slice of pizza you probably, was it?
Oh,
Okay. This says that they would take the dog and screen it for parasites, ticks, fleas, okay. And apparently that includes a bath. Okay, so that's considered the screening, which is $50. And then each night, after the first 24 hours, is $20.
Right.
Okay, so you're saying we should agree to these terms?
No, he's saying $35.
$350.
$350 for the reserve space, and then if we do bring an
$350.
animal in, it's gonna cost us
Oh, it's expensive.
$50 for the first day, and
It's
then
expensive.
20 after that.
I mean, a lot of these costs would be borne by the animal owner when
Right.
it's reunited with the
Do
animal.
we need to put this before the taxpayers?
I think we already have.
Yeah, we have put it,
We had to enter into an agreement to
Right.
provide
we
this
have to have someone.
mandated service.
All right.
If we
Because it
don't,
was set to less
contract.
than before.
All right, I'm only being cautious because we get sniped
Well,
on every turn for everything, and I just wanna make sure
Right.
we're proceeding properly.
Right.
it's like the
Lester
memorial flags,
used-
it costs us, we mandated by the state to have $1,500 a
Right.
year for it. as well.
Lester used 3 kennels.
Right, right.
And what this Mr. Carter is saying is that he would like to be, or I guess our dog officer is saying this man would like to be the exclusive kennel, which would probably be easier for him because it's on, it's
This
near
is true.
Machias.
That's a good thing.
Lester was using one in Perry, one in Ellsworth,
Right.
Well, I think the other one was the
Depending
Callis.
and
Right.
one in Callis.
I
How many
understand that
kennels
the one
do
in
you see?
Perry only had 3, and sometimes that was full, so you
Yeah.
had to have
Backups.
others, right, backups.
Correct.
And the one in
Okay,
Perry wasn't manned, but it was
Right.
just,
right.
the biggest problem with most of these places is that they never know if they're full or not to be able to take it, that's why we had
Exactly.
so many. He is willing for the fee of the $350 for this year and the 1,000, well, general, we'll have to
Whatever,
discuss it,
yeah.
Yeah.
to reserve a spot so that we'll always have a place to take an animal.
Right.
And then if we do have an animal there, that is the cost associated with the animal for the length of time.
And
it
he'll
stays.
isolate the animal.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah,
So if we have no dogs there for an entire, we'd never have to pay these 2 fees.
right.
But only the reserve fee, or if we have animals there, then we have to pay the cost.
Well,
of
that
the
would go
animal.
to the animal owner when they
Right.
picked it up.
Right.
Right.
If the
And who
animal
makes
owner
the
shows up.
decision how long the animal remains there after every possible means of identifying the owners?
I believe
If any.
that's
It's in the
mandated by
ordinance.
law.
Sure.
What takes place if, hypothetically, if,
Never comes forward?
yeah,
That's
if-
where I'm going
Have
with
a
this.
house full of cats and dogs.
Okay, drop them off reserves. All
If we
right.
try to adopt them, after a certain point, they can be adopted by other people.
Okay,
Right.
yeah, yeah.
And there's an adoption place in Jonesboro.
I think
The Ark.
Perry,
The Ark,
Ark,
the Ark
thank
still?
you.
It's in Jonesboro,
And
Paws,
then
in
Paws
Paws
and
and
Callis.
okay.
Callis.
Small Animal Clinic in Ellsworth.
and there's
Okay.
a humane society in Bangor as
Bangor.
well.
You're just looking for a cutoff point, you know, if it.
Right.
Well, that's what I'm thinking, that it's, like I said,
2 years.
we get second guessed on so many decisions that get thrown in our laps. We don't create these
Right.
issues.
Right.
And, but they seem to be ripe for us making a bad decision. So I just want to make sure that we have things in place that
Mhm.
we don't wind up,
In this case, as Justin said, we're mandated.
We're mandated.
okay.
And,
We
you
don't
know,
have a choice.
yeah, and this way here, we got a couple of months to look at it, and see how often the service is used and see what kind of commitment we have.
The other thing we should do is at some point, our ordinance review board, whatever we call that committee now, it has multiple names,
Mhm.
should relook into our animal control ordinance and make sure that we do have lots of these issues are spelled out in the ordinance. If not, maybe we can have them
And
fixed for our annual town meeting.
I think our new dog officer is helping us.
Right, very good. Madam Chair, I believe there's a question in the.
I did have a comment, shouldn't you maybe have more than one option?
It's hard.
I know it's hard, but Lester had 3, and I know Lester was Lester. But, I mean, we have a brand new animal control officer that says this is the guy we want.